I think the little boy had the book. Pay attention, boy, when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
That. I mean, I love that. Look, but just, I love that one. And so he said, so he fixed up the trap.
Look at that.
And he said,
look at that house.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, we can go on down to Parsons and go to Franklin.
Parsons,
he said,
right?
Get to the left. He said, after he was showing him how to make a trap, then the little boy was already in the process of making his. So he come up to the little boy and said, "What you got there, boy? What you got?" He said, "Well, you ain't never catching nothing, making nothing like that. See, I can step in it, I can do this, and I can do that." And then finally the whole trap stuff just went off, and he went through all these different turns and all that. Then when he got to the end, his head was just right there, and he said, "Hey, boy." He said, "You got more than them long-head books." I'm 60 years old, but that just sure gets me. And I was saying a little bit to Donnie, and Donnie laughed too. But then the cartoons ain't on there.
Oh, I know.
I've had quite a few jobs in my life so far, and today I'd like to tell you about one of the coolest companies that I've ever had the privilege of being a part of. From the very first time that I walked into the doors of Reliable Advertising back in June of 2014 until the first week of December of 2021 when I completed my final delivery, I felt blessed to be a part of this company, for the friends that I've made, and for all of my experiences getting to know Columbus, Ohio. So this is how I remember it. For me, it all began back in 2014 in this tiny rooftop apartment in the small village of Dalton, Ohio. Meow, there are many people who have a reliable advertising story. And for some of them, reliable was merely a means to feed their family. But for one young lady, reliable was her family.
All right, Julie, I just want you to know that I love you and I appreciate you so much. It is bittersweet, but I'm grateful for the experience that you've been able to provide me. Not only did I gain that ability to spend more time with my kids and my family, they could come to work with me. I didn't have set schedules, but I was able to help a lot of other kids along the way, get them on the right track and give them a little bit of guidance because I was able to provide this service for them. So you've helped so many lives, whether you realize it or not, you really have. And not only that, I've gained all these other relationships in these senior buildings, at just walking, just meeting people, but gained relationships. I was this summer I was able to provide a service for some of these people. I don't even think I told you, but I was able to give them free government issued tablets with internet on them because they live in low income housing. So I would have never known about this building if it wasn't for reliable advertising. So not just from me, but from so many people you can't imagine. You really have touched them. And I love you so much.
Mike, you had to come right here so then me and you could just, okay? You don't have to do that.
A few months ago, I got a phone call that stopped me in my tracks. Julie Baker. That's when I got the phone call from Julie that Reliable Advertising would be shutting down. Hey.
I got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
Al just called me and told me that DCS is no longer going to be doing business with us after December 3rd.
I was stunned and very troubled by the news. Partly because it was my main source of income at the time. My wife and I had just bought a house in Lancaster, Ohio, and I was in the process of making the move from Dalton, Ohio to Lancaster. But mainly this was troubling news because my first thought just went to the guys.
Wonderful. I'm in. You were very helpful. Thank you so much. Give it a whirl. I still got you on here.
This is Julie Baker, owner of Reliable Advertising. She's a very generous person and a dear friend of mine. I came to work with Julie back in 2016 when her father had passed away. As an outsider looking in on Julie's life, I can say it would be easy to see her as kind of rough around the edges initially. She's kind of scary.
Motherfucker told me to tell me how to live. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
When I first met Julie, I thought Julie was really like a gangster girl. I really did. I told her that too. I thought Julie was a bad girl, cause she come up in there when I seen her the first time. They pull up in this car. It was a I think it was a Camaro. I think, but it was green. But Julie pull up in there. When she come in bag, you know, I was kind of scared to get close to Julie a little bit. I didn't want to say nothing to her, but she always say something to me. Bill, you bagging? You bag? You know, all that kind of stuff. But when I first seen her, I thought she was a bad girl, though.
Like a
And then, yeah, like a gangster-like girl. Yeah. You know. Just a second. Just wait right here. Okay.
Reliable Advertising is a company in downtown Columbus, Ohio. It was founded way back in 1932 by a man named Mr. Hackman. And Mr. Hackman eventually passed the business down to his son Jack, who sold it in 1974 to a man named Harold Edward Baker. Harold brought his family from Toledo, Ohio to Columbus, and they moved into a house in Reynoldsburg. And Harold, alongside his son Donald H. Baker, operated Reliable Advertising here in this building, which sits at the corner of East 3rd Street and Summit Street. If you're at all familiar with the downtown neighborhoods, it's likely you've seen the Reliable truck. The gist of the operation was a crew would be driven around to the routes, and then they would dispatch from the back of the truck and go deliver door to door, delivering advertising materials. This is our driver, Bill Trout. He was hired in 2001.
You going up 3rd Avenue. You get ready to go over the bridge to 3rd Avenue. Well, I lived up under that bridge with a female. We was up under there, And we was up under there for about a month, man. I stayed with my sisters and stuff, but it just wasn't, it wasn't working out.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a funny story. My father, he was living then, and my sisters, they would all bring us food and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when I finally got a place, got a hotel. When I finally got a hotel, my father came and helped me move the stuff, helped us move all the stuff. And I kept taking so long. My father said, "Boy, you don't want to leave for Monday there, do you?" I said, "Yeah, I'm ready to go." He just said that. He said, because I was taking too long taking stuff. But anyway, as far as Reliable, I was curious. I was walking down 3rd, and I seen guys standing outside there. Harold, Mr. Baker.
Yeah.
And I said, and I see some other guys with these papers. That's what it was. I see some papers. And I said, you doing any harm like that? And then we was just talking back and forth, and he said, "Come on in." And I said, "I like to walk." I said that. Anyway, you know, he talked to me. I come in that next week, and I was in there.
Nice.
I was in there. She was walking. Oh boy, it was fun. It was just so nice walking. I didn't have to drive. It was just so nice. Oh God, oh boy, that was just so nice. I sit back there in the back before we. Anyway, there was a time when Donnie was driving Neal Avenue between 5th Avenue and Buttles. I used to do that. I did all the Neal by myself.
Wow.
And Donnie used to relay me. I don't know if Jack remember that. But he started me somewhere there in the middle, and I go to the corner and cross and come back. With this particular day, he started me in the middle, and I went down towards Buttles. Cross. I love to do it by myself. He know that I wanted to do it by myself. I didn't even want nobody walking with me. I did. So I walked down the right side, crossed, and came back up. I came back up where the truck was. I come back up where the truck was to get a relay. Daddy was out. He was just like this.
Sleeping?
Then he was asleep. I said, "Donnie." Yeah. "Oh, hey, Bill." I said, "Donnie." He said, he straightened up. He said, I said, "You okay, Donnie?" He said, yeah, I must have nodded out. I just smiled, and I got on. I got myself a relay, went on the 5th Avenue, and come back to the truck. And he's still on the truck. So I got on the truck, got in the back, and he said, "Bill," he said, "Bill, it's about time for you to drive." And I said, no, Donnie, Donnie, I don't want it, man. No, please, Donnie, no. And Donnie just laughed. He said, you should consider it, though. You should consider it. I said, no, I like sitting right back here. I said that. That's what I said.
You told me like.
So he just kept on talking about it and stuff all through the day and through that evening. So, I say about 3 or 4 weeks later, I was driving.
So I met Jack in 2014, but he's been with Reliable Advertising ever since 1996. Jack is a extremely tender-hearted, very hard-working man. He's a devout Christian, and he's trying to win his family's hearts to Christ by demonstrating selfless behavior. He's extremely sharing and helpful. Jack calls me every holiday to wish me and my family a happy holiday.
always kind of quiet.
How's
Easy
Frank
getter.
doing?
He's in the car lot. He got some of his money. He got a lot of. He's still in the car lot. And he got a little dinky place when you're inside. He stayed with me for a while, but I wondered where I'm at, what's going on, and stuff. He can't take it. And he got a lot. Lower to my side, I couldn't take it either. I still don't want to take it, but I'm still hanging in there. God help me, keep hanging in there. Stuff. He helped me. I get out of the credit too. Like I told Bill, when I could see Kevin, I ain't missed a day in over 16 months. I've been there every day. Maybe I had to go back to the hospital a couple times, and he was there one time. He took off, but I was there. And then when he was in the hospital a few times, I was there every day.
What kind of person does that, man? I'm not trying to be smart about it,
No.
and he knows I'm not trying to be smart about it. But it's a religious. If he's religious,
Yeah.
The Lord keeps me
he
going.
said, Lord,
There's a time, oh yeah. I said, Lord, I can't keep me going. He does. After I please God.
But I asked him one time, do the Lord tell you to take a break sometime?
Oh yeah, he
Sometimes.
he takes me to take a break.
But it won't make it won't.
He sure does
he-
take a break.
But he
He
knows
comes up on
that
that bicycle. I was
he
on a
won't let
bicycle.
him take a break
I used to ride a bicycle, and God got me off that
and
bicycle.
just go
and he
home
wasn't
for a
sitting up.
change, Mike. You know what I mean? But we all past it now. That's what he do. But
No,
I talked to a lot of people about that.
he couldn't do it.
Somehow I just can't.
And I tell people that.
I just can't believe that
And I
God
go-
wants him to
and I
go
go,
see his
and
brother
I go see other
every
people
day.
and see other
I
people.
can't see that,
Yeah, you know,
but
I said,
that's
Lord
what he
is-
said.
Lord
And
is-
I respect him, so I just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, cause helps me out. Cause when I'm walking, I know Louis with me, but I go places nobody wants to go with me, and I know I can't feel and nobody won't go see him, and I go see him all the time. Make me feel good. And it helps him out, and it's helping me out. And you won't get depressed much either when you help other people out.
It's true.
People to get depressed because God made us to help, love one another, help each other out.
Yeah.
And be like that in heaven all the time, but be love all the time. You ain't got love, you ain't got nothing. I don't care. You ain't got God in you. You ain't got. I don't care. How long you been the richest man in the world? You ain't got God. You ain't got.
George has been with Reliable longer than any of us. All the way back to 1975, only 1 year after Harold had taken possession of Reliable Advertising, that's when he hired George. No doubt George has more stories than any of us put together, but getting those stories out of George isn't easy. He's a man of few words.
Ohio State, though.
Have you been listening? They just went for a 2-point conversion and we intercepted it. They're down by 1 point with 4 minutes left in the game. Oh, Michigan State.
Anyone who spends a significant amount of time with Julie would see that she's really just very protective of the people that she cares about. What I saw through 2015 and 16 was a very courageous woman who was dealing with a lot of loss. On Thursday, November 5th, 2015, Julie lost her grandfather, Harold Baker, to cancer. And on Friday, April 22nd, 2016, her grandmother, Dorothy, also passed away. But nothing could have prepared her for just 8 months later when her father, Donald H. Baker, passed away.
Yes, just after that day I started driving. Well, me and Donnie, we were just so close. We were so close. Man, I come in the morning, and as soon as I walk in the office and sit down, hey, Donnie said, hey, Bill. He had his glasses down like this here. It'd be like this. He said, hey, did he look over? He said, see how you doing? You doing okay? I said, yeah. And then his next very words was, is everybody loaded? He always said that. Is everybody loaded? I said, yep, Donnie, they're getting there. Yep. Then we just started talking about every little thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Man, that just a good guy, man. God, dog. Boy, oh, boy. Oh, man. Real good guy, real good guy.
pretty good deal.
Yep. I asked her what the brand name was.
Element.
Element?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's a, I think that's a Myers brand. Is that Myers? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their brand.
Save $200.
I
Ooh,
usually-
here's more.
I usually go to Best Buy and buy Insignia. It used to be start with a D. It was their own store brand. Now they've changed it to whatever I just said.
Julie inherited her father's house in Hilliard, Ohio. Since he'd spent like the last month of his life in the hospital and then eventually living with us, his house was in a state of disrepair. But Julie rolled up her sleeves and took on the challenge and started making it beautiful. She saw the potential of what it could be.
Or now I do have an incident where Julie came out and worked with us on the west side one time. And she was walking with George. George wouldn't even wait on her, man. He wouldn't even wait on her. Like, anyway, we lost Julie. Man, I was so weird. Julie don't know how worried I was. Where's Julie at? We went round and round and round. Past people who come to that Indian street down there that they see. All of a sudden, she appeared. She was sitting somewhere, but I didn't see her. Anyway, I was worried about Julia. I think that's the first time she walked with us. know what I was just thinking about this right here? They could put a block wall right there at the intersection, so then everybody will already be over here. Now, would you like to get over?
So Friday, January 13th, 2017 began as pretty much the same as every other Friday, with me going and getting the budget truck. I got the paper from DCS 1 warehouse and I brought it back to the Summit building. Reliable Advertising, parked in the alley as I normally did. But this day was unique in that Julie had a bunch of stuff outside that she was having to clear out. Her dad had a bunch of things in the warehouse that she needed to get rid of in order to do business there. And so she had looked up some kind of dump, a place where we can go dump off a bunch of his old things. And we had decided to use the truck after we did our regular delivery of the paper. We used the truck to get rid of these items.
Don't go through here.
I'm turning around with all the cardboard. I'm gonna back up. Oh my gosh, what was that?
The freaking pallet jack.
Oh, what's gonna happen whenever that happens any time? Is it gonna break the whole truck? I don't like it.
What are your other
Maybe we
options?
should lay it on the side.
You could have easily made that turn, but you didn't turn the wheels.
We're still gonna make it.
You're
They're
not.
just cement blocks. All cardboard boxes.
That's what we do over at JLG. We have compactors that band these up like this. There's a truck. Let's just go.
Hey Julie, what are you doing?
Freaking out. Let's drive and
So anyways, it was about 3:30 in the afternoon and we headed down and we got rid of a bunch of stuff. We found our way to the dump with no problem. And on our way back, it was around 4 p.m. and that's when things got a little tense. There was a lot more traffic. All the school buses were out, dropping kids off. Alright, so the dump was in Edgewood, down on the southeast side. And we're making our way up Parsons and heading back to the shop. And Julie's navigating and I'm driving. And she's kind of getting tense because of the traffic and the school buses. And I remember her getting I remember thinking that she was making it more stressful than it needed to be. I was pretty calm as a driver. I felt like I'm doing a good job. We made it all the way there. We're on our way back. Calm down. I remember getting frustrated and just being like, look, I got this. We're fine. And then right as I said, we got this, the truck just started lurching. The wheel in my hand was just like violently lurching and we were being stopped and I didn't understand what was happening. It was very loud. That's when I realized we had gone under a bridge that we didn't have clearance to go under. And there was a car following me which had collided into the back of the truck. And I remember going out of the truck and making sure the driver of the other car was okay, and I was asking her if she's okay, and she was on the phone and she just completely ignored me and she didn't respond to me. And so Julie yelled is she okay? And I said she's non-responsive. But I didn't know the right word to use. I realized non-responsive would describe her being unconscious. The lady had called 911 and the police eventually showed up. Not long before this had occurred, the pallet jack that was in the back of the truck, it kept rolling and slamming into the side of the truck from the inside, and it was really loud. And so in order to stop this pallet jack from just freely rolling around, I got the bright idea to take off my Carhartt coat. I tied my coat around the wheels of the pallet jack so that the wheels couldn't turn. And it solved the problem, and it kept the pallet jack from rolling around, and we continued our drive. But now that we hit the bridge and the police are there and I'm standing out there, it's January and it's freezing cold, and I asked the police officer if I could go grab my coat out of the back of the truck, and he's like, "Oh no, you can't go anywhere near the bridge. We're not letting anyone within 100 feet of the bridge. We need to have a city engineer come out and inspect the bridge and find out if it's gonna fall." And I was like, "For real?" The police officer offered as an alternative that I could sit in the back of the police car.
Radio 74.
And Julie comes back and just starts dropping names, and she knows people from the academy that the police officers knew, and within like minutes she has them laughing and telling stories and sharing stories from the academy, and it definitely changed the mood a lot from where I was like before she came along, so that was funny.
33, sir. Can I get my info? Radio to 9110. Yeah, it's going to be 170. 9110.
But it's not.
You what?
Said he looked like a guy I was in the police academy with,
Oh, really?
but it's not.
You went to the police academy?
I did.
Which one?
Columbus State.
State. OSB? Oh, Columbus State.
Columbus State.
When did you go there?
I graduated in 2009.
2009?
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple buddies that went through Columbus State. Kevin Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was my table mate at.
Oh, my, he was in my class.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yep. Kevin's a good dude.
Yeah, he is. That guy could run.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, his legs are so long. Exquisite. My dad's sauce.
Secret recipe of Donald Baker.
Hey, Julie.
Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Ohio's largest indoor laser tag at Coliseum.
Jack Hoyer. Jack is back. This guy has been here for 21 years. He's worked for my grandpa, my dad, and now for me. And he does nothing but the best he could possibly do every single day. And he will tell you he has a hard work day.
That's why I'm
I even got you an orange one. Got you an orange one.
I know that my side, that's why
Jack, thank you.
that's why I'm making, because I'll do.
Next on the list, which he's not here today, but what you guys don't know is Walter Stillwell. The reason you guys are all here is because this gentleman who does basically your paychecks, your taxes, everything behind the scenes. If it wasn't for him, nobody would be here, because before I even came on board, he was working out details with my dad to make this possible. And there's a lot more to the business aspect of it than just what everybody sees. It's what goes in behind the scenes that really is what keeps it running. So if you guys come across him, thank him for his hard work and dedication. He's been with the company for 14 years and made a lot of stuff happen that I could never have done. George Jenkins has been with the company for 42 years. If I'm not mistaken, he's probably only missed 2 days. I remember George as old as I was able to walking into the warehouse. He was always in the same spot, bagging. He's consistent. He's loyal to a fault. And this man, I could never do anything without him. I mean, he is the company. 42 years. Congratulations.
Keep up the good work, George.
Trout.
Oh, yeah.
He was my dad's friend. He is now my friend. He goes above and beyond. He's been here through thick and thin. He fights his battles, but he does his work and he does it well.
Yes, he do.
And Bill, I owe everything to you.
Well, listen, Bill. All right, Bill.
Bill, come up here and get your award. And these 3 gentlemen here, even though it may seem different on the outside, these guys are the only family I have left. And I want to thank you for everything you've ever done for me. Okay? All right, gentlemen and ladies.
Congratulations, Bill.
Please eat and enjoy it. Thank you again for everything you've done.
That's all right. Down, Julie. That's what you said. Can we say it now, y'all? Everybody, please. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now let's get this party going.
You always take a big risk with your surprises, which makes them work so well. Because you're like, you really... You know how bad me and Donnie wanted to go out to eat after that concert? And you're just like, what?
Merry Christmas.
What the hell going on up in here?
Merry Christmas.
What?
I made it to my Christmas party.
Big Mike, what's going on up in here, man?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
I didn't feel like pizza.
Where are you going?
She got a dinner. Oh, she went all out.
It's not pizza. It's not pizza. It's way better than
She tricked us, man. She tricked us.
I want pizza. I want pizza.
Wow. That's all
Merry
right.
Christmas, George.
Wow.
I'm just going to be off that. Off that.
I should have known something was up, man. I sure did.
Nope.
Did nobody know?
Nope.
And I was like, man, I hope she got the pepperoni cheese sausages in there. Oh.
We're not having pizza. We're going to have ham and sweet potato casserole and green bean casserole.
Oh.
And we're going to have some cranberries and mashed potatoes and corn.
Mike.
Some presents.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go wash my hands. Everybody, let's get busy. Let's get busy, y'all.
Shut the door before everything gets cold.
Oh,
You're my family, Bill. That's what I'm doing for Christmas. I'm spending with my family.
oh, Julie. Oh. I fell today too. Oh, missed my elbow up.
Oh, jeez. You have to take the next day off.
That was a good one. Y'all take pictures of this?
Yep.
Oh, Julie. Good thing I'm home.
The food might be
Yeah,
toaster, the pie's in the oven.
Yeah, you cooked all that in that microwave.
That's a toaster oven.
This is.
She's been here cooking.
That ham looks like it's slamming. Oh, the corn.
Is he still in the bathroom?
Come on up.
What's been happening, Mike?
Not too much. I get my son tonight and spend tomorrow with him, so I'm looking
Oh,
forward to
yeah?
that,
That's a good thing. Man, y'all gonna wash your hands so we can bless this food and
You guys say a prayer?
I am too.
Damn, George, you got enough ham, buddy? Damn, Mike, you got enough ham, buddy?
That's a big hand.
Yes, it is.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, I will be back. I don't know how to use it either.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
George?
I'm praying.
George gone.
Now can I pray too?
Yes.
I pray for Judah, help her business get better, Lord. Bless her this coming year. Bless this food. And thank you for what you've done for us, coming this up and dying for every one of us in this year, Lord. And I just ask you to work on each one of them, Lord, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Let's dig in. Thanks for eating Christmas dinner with me, guys.
Thanks, Lily.
You gotta open that.
You gotta open before you leave, bro.
How we get that?
Yeah. You gotta open them here,
Wait,
bro.
you got that for you.
Whoever tied this boat did a good job.
That's me.
You got it.
I said I was going to. I said I wanted one more than I'm
Feel like a little kid.
No, watch it.
The watch to end all watches.
Wow. I bet I'm going
Bet it's something on.
Yes!
Well, hello.
Man, Mike, you are the man.
No, you can't have this.
Uh-oh.
Look, that's a book bag, bro.
Oh, lunch bag.
Lunch bag, man.
You can't run lunch now.
That's good message, y'all. Thanks, y'all.
That one's Julie.
Thanks, Julie.
Well,
Wow. The Ohio State Buckeyes. Wow.
I want you to open that, George, if you leave.
you got to.
George.
I want to see what you got, too.
I'm trying to see what you got.
That's just gonna be faster than you.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, Julie.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing this, buddy. Yes, sir.
That's fitting, huh?
This is sweet, man. Where you get this at, bro?
Julie got that.
Where you get this at?
I can't tell all my
You got
secrets.
it.
Wow.
You got it at a store. What do you
She
think?
got the Ohio State and my boys. Come on, man. So where you get that shirt at? Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Make up some money.
Shit, this gonna go good with my black jeans. Saturday, boy. I ain't never seen a book bag like that.
It's for outdoor use.
It can rain on that. It won't even.
Yeah. What's it say? Bible cover.
Well, if that
You
ain't down,
don't give me that nose anyway.
if that ain't on time, that is.
Yeah.
You is, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You ought to show us appreciation, man.
There's a
I do. You
George,
wait.
there's a little one on top of there.
You know I do.
George, it's your little one on top of there too.
Yeah,
No
don't lose
pressure.
that. That's the big one. Leave that. It fits. It fits.
I'll do.
You have my thing, stick it out.
Yep.
I'll read it. I'll be ready there.
That's a Bible cover?
Yep, for my body.
It's got a name on it, Jack's Bible.
Wow.
For my body.
You out there just something?
I can't tell my secrets.
Yeah.
What'd
See
you
what it
get?
says?
It's a bracelet that has my last name on it.
Oh, man. Oh,
That other one kept breaking.
oh.
Yeah, this feels heavy duty. Wow.
Julie, you got good taste. I got to say it was good. See? Here, let me see, George. There's some good tape.
It's electrical tape.
You did that, did you? Man.
Thanks again, Greg.
Oh, look what you got here, bro. Oh, that's slick, bro. Wow, look at this. Oh my God. She got it from Michigan. Oh boy, George. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Wow.
The other thing in there goes with your other present, George.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Open the little one, open the little one.
I got to give you some love. You outdid it. You outdid it this time. I appreciate it. Yes, ma'am. You know what everybody like. Yeah. I guess what we talk about it all. Let me get my back. Let me get my iron back. My serious back. Oh, this.
It's got your name on it. And the lighter fluid's inside there. Do you know how to put it in?
What is that, a lighter?
Zippo.
Oh, really?
It has his name on it.
Do you know how to use it, George? It's got a sticker on the back of that. You can keep this forever, it never goes bad. And the lighter fluid. Yeah. Take this out. Fill this up with lighter fluid.
One time Donnie was driving and we was working 8th Avenue. Working 8th Avenue. I don't know who was on the other side, but we was coming up towards High Street and I blocked. I turned right on Hunter and Donnie was sitting in the truck. He was sitting on the truck. As soon as I come up to the truck, over the truck, looked in, it was a $20 bill runner. I said, Donnie, look at this, man. He said, well, what is this? It's a $20 bill. Donnie got out the car. He got out the truck and come around and said, hey. He just smiled. He said, good. And then one more incident like that. We was putting out this stuff in a can called Cane. How was that? It was Cane we put out this stuff, but we got these coupons from a place called Cane's Chicken.
Okay.
Some chicken place. It was right there on High Street in between 16th and anyway, we all went up there one day. We went up there one day and everybody got out of the truck and stuff. And I got out, and I got a truck. I got a truck. I see some money on there. That $10. And I said, like, damn, Donnie, look at this. Donnie got out again. This time when he went around, Donnie got a $20 bill. He got a $20 bill.
Wow.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I'll never forget that. Yes, yes, yes.
Corey, put your shoes back on. Already. What's going on? Like I told Miss Linda, I said the company's going out of business, but
No.
and she was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna see you," and I was like, "Miss Linda, the company's going out of business, but we gained a relationship.
Yeah.
So it's good.
All right, y'all better keep it up.
We will.
You know I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, we will.
do you remember when I used to bring the paper over? Yep.
You see? And there was an older guy that used to.
George
Yeah,
probably.
Is that what's his name?
George probably.
Yeah, I didn't get really close to him.
Yeah, he's a quiet guy.
Very quiet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheese, thanks.
Oh,
You're
Lord.
so cute. I get a nice smile. You're adorable.
Hey, Cheese.
How old are you?
How old are you?
Are you 3, 2, 3?
3.
Wow.
She just turned 3 on the 15th.
Just turned 3. You're the youngest delivery person we got.
Oh, and I'm gonna miss her too. Are you ready for Santa Claus? Santa coming to see you? Huh? You been a good girl? I know you have when you out here in the cold delivering Miss Linda's papers. What you thinking about now?
I just act like a baby.
You just act like a baby.
Don't act like a baby. Be a big girl.
You gonna act like a baby. I'm gonna miss my baby. And I mean, y'all put the whoever's putting them papers out there. This is why I don't even know until I open up the door.
She was like, Linda, come. She'll be over here later. I said, okay.
I have to check on her. I have to do. There's been so much mess going on out here.
I know it.
Ah.
All right.
Thanks for letting us come in and get a shot of you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. It's always nice to see the people that receive the paper, especially the ones that don't mind getting it.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
Yeah.
Put your hands
Say, we do papers.
Yeah, good.
What's your job, Ari?
Job.
Say we do papers.
She on baby shark. Alright, say we do papers.
You do the papers?
Look at the camera. Say we do papers. I do papers.
Okay, you're going to go in the car.
Hi. I'm just getting a video with Christina.
I need to be back
I just set him in the doorway.
Even though they're residents, they can't smoke in there.
So they go out there to
So
smoke.
they have to go out here and smoke. Let me see if I got.
Okay, this is Julie's George stories. Go ahead.
So we were out on the truck and we were ending the route, and I think it was me, Bill, Jack, George, and Alonzo, and maybe one or two other guys, I don't remember. But we were parked at the bottom of this big hill, and we were waiting on George to get back to the truck. And Bill looks out his window and he says, I see George, he's coming. And so we're like, okay, well, it's raining, so he won't take long. And then all of a sudden, Bill says, oh my God, George just fell. So immediately we all jump out of the truck and we go running back to where we thought we had saw George. And all of a sudden, like, we're all caught in this torrential rain and there's nobody there. And we turn around and George pokes his head out the door and he said, what's going on? And so he was in the truck the whole time.
Do you remember that?
No. And then the other story I have about George, we were down on Alum Creek and it was lunchtime. And Alum Creek is like big, like 4-lane road. And we stopped at McDonald's. And George did not want McDonald's. He wanted, I believe it was Wendy's, which was across the street, like 4 lanes of traffic. But George knows what he wants and he's going to get what he wants. So we just parked the truck at McDonald's and George crossed the street. So we're all talking and BSing. And, you know, it's about 45 minutes. So, of course, I got to wrangle the guys. And I'm like, well, let's go. Let's get back to work. And Bill's like, well, where's George? So we decide that we need to go find George across the street. He's probably sitting in Wendy's eating his chili. So we all get in the truck and we are at a red light getting ready to cross the street to go get George. And we're stopped in traffic, so it's not like we could just stop and turn around. And all of a sudden we see George cross the street again, but he's not coming back towards McDonald's. He's making a beeline for the Lion's Den, which is setting back in this complex. And we had to still cross the traffic and then turn back around to go get George. And Bill had to go inside the Lion's Den and get George on our lunch break.
I can only imagine why he was going in
I
there.
think I remember that.
You remember that one?
I think I did. Yeah. I think I did.
You got any funny stories from out on the route?
Right now.
No? Not all I got.
What about when Terry, this ain't funny, but whenever Terry like passed out and you guys had to call 911, I went with you to the tower whenever we visited him.
Yeah, we were in 219 and we were just taking off for the morning, going to the first stop. And we were all in the truck. There was about 5 guys in the back and me up front and Bill up front. Bill was driving. And we get to the first stop and everybody is trying to get off the truck and I hear a lot of commotion going on and people yelling. And I look down and Terry is laying on the floor of the truck. And at first I thought he was playing because before we left that day, I had made a bet with Terry that whoever could deliver more, him or me, that person, the winner, the other person would buy lunch. And so I thought he was playing, acting like, you know, he couldn't deliver or whatever because he didn't want to go up against me. And it was quickly apparent that he was not kidding. And I run back there and he was foaming at the mouth and laying down, and everybody just walked over him and they left. And fortunately, where we had parked, not even a block away, there was a fire station. And I ran over. Now Terry's a big guy, so you know it's not like any single one of us could move him. But I ran across to the fire station and banged on the door and got them to come over, and they admitted him. They put him in an ambulance and took him to the hospital. They thought he was having a drug overdose and wanted a lot of information. Obviously, I was on the truck and not in the office, but I had his application, but that's all I had. And
Yeah, you called me and I had to go get his social security number for
Yeah.
his application.
and they took him to the hospital. It was not a drug overdose. He had
Diabetic.
It was a diabetic shock that he was going into.
Yeah.
But I went and visited him a couple times at the hospital, and he
That's
was
when
all
I
good.
saw his daughter
Yep.
for the first time. She's cute.
She after one time she said, no, one time she pulled up in there and I think she was listening to Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
And she got out the car and she said, don't you like Aretha Franklin? I said, yeah. Yeah, and she was just nodding her head, like danced a little bit, then she went on in the shop. But all of us used to mumble stuff. They say, who's that, man? I said, who's that? I said, man, that's Donnie's daughter. Is that Donnie's daughter? Everybody just say, oh, God, yeah. But, and then when I find that Julie's, there's a possibility that she was going to take over, I was just so, my first impression was, if she I don't think she liked it, but I was kind of worried for her because I said, oh, boy, I think I told you, Julie, you ought to just sell all this stuff and go ahead and live your life and stuff. And boy, her face got red. Oh boy, I knew I'd said something. Wrong. But I remember that time though. And then after that, we just got real close and cool and things. You know, one time she cried on me. She said because, she said that we was her family and all. It's just, oh man. But I just wanted Julie to know it's been a wonderful 5 years. She just said, look, she's just, I ain't never had no female, but ain't worked with no female, man. I ain't not a female.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she's the first one. I'm just glad. I'm glad she's the first one. Because she's just so sharp. She's so sharp. She is just so sharp. I was just amazed. I couldn't believe it. I said, God, my God. Yeah, she's just so sharp. It's been a pleasure. And she had her some times though when she put her foot down on us, all of us, for different things. Boy, when she used to be on to me about them omiss and things, oh boy, she was kind of a little harder than Donnie was, a little more harder than Donnie. But then after all of that, though, it was worth it. It was understood, and yeah. You just couldn't get nothing on Julie. I get her sometime on them riddles and things, but she's sharp. She's sharp. She's sharp and skillful and smart, and don't just know all this stuff. God knows all the stuff she knows. Oh my God. Oh man. That caring side, she's just wonderful. I'm just so glad that they had the opportunity to work for Julie. I appreciate her. I really appreciated her. And you can believe I'm gonna stay in touch with her, ain't no doubt.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all I got to say for today.
Thank you.
She said, keep on looking, take over because of us, Bill and George, and that make me feel good. Yeah, I will remember that. I will remember that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing it.
It'll help me, start my insurance card. Insurance, keep right there. Get on the computer, and I just thank Lord that She can help me get so Social Security and maybe a little unemployment money till I retire. Get the papers to go. Cause I don't want to go back to work. I'm gonna try to retire because I'm gonna be dedicated to work. I just don't want to retire. After I get retired, I want to quit working. And retire. I like to do that. And another reason, Judy said, that's why, he's just doing it for us. That's why she got the business, thinking of us. And I just want to do that for her, for her. And she's doing that for us. Yeah,
that'll be nice.
That's another reason. I don't want to get in there. I want to retire, and I don't want. She's busy all the time.
Yeah, especially this week she's been busy.
Oh yeah, I know that. And I'm gonna try to come every. I'm gonna join the chops and they close out every day till the 31st, the last day. The last day when they get there. I'm gonna try to every day. I'm gonna try to be there for a little bit. I love you.
Oh,
Jesus loves you too, Judy. I love you. Thank you for what you've done for this whole year. I didn't expect to happen. Come in. You know how I feel about you. Some of your family die. And my sister. You know how the Lord keep you. And your face is trying to give you peace. Thank you all you got, Judy. Thank you, Lord. Oh, Judy. Keep up your power. What you put in other business, whatever you have for her, just bless the Lord. You just keep her. Thank you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Thanks.
Destroyed the desk.
Oh.
just want to say thank you for your friendship, and wanted to put this video together so that you would at least have this, some memories and stuff to take with you. We're all very appreciative, and just wanted to capture that and give you something to remember.